Busco un lugar.
So, this part you already know, right? E minor, C major, then G major, right? And I'm using a kind of a different fingering. I mean, some people play like that. You can play like that too, right? But I'm gonna play like this because on the second guitar, he plays this lick, which is... And it's going to be useful for you to play your G major like this, right? And your pinky right here. Right? Alright. The rhythm playing is just the same as you were playing on the video you showed me you were playing, right? So I'm not going to take too long showing you how to play this part, right? So after that we have this. And now we're going for a D major, right? But in one guitar, he plays it like this, right? So you have your D major, right? Which is like this, and you're gonna take off this middle finger, right? And you're gonna play E open E string, right? So all from the beginning is going to sound like this. Right? And then he goes over again. Right, so there's some things you should know, right? That when he plays those riffs, you can barely hear the top E string, right? Because when he plays the G string, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like he's not playing the E string, right? So you don't play the E string. I mean, you can play it, but if you want to sound like him, you don't want to play the top E string, right? This is just a side note. But you can play wherever you want, just as long as you play a G major, right? Also, I'm going from the picking hand. He starts with an upstroke like this. And then on the D string, the D chord, it goes like this. Right? You play the top E string, then the B string, then the G string. Right? It's going to sound like this. Right? And he goes all over again. Alright, and after those chords, like, he goes for this. Right? Side note right here. I'm playing in G chord, right, on that part. Right, so the guitar doesn't actually play that G chord, but the bass does it, right? The guitar only plays an E minor all the time. It's gonna sound something like this. But if you're playing by yourself, you want to play that G chord because it's gonna sound better, right? Just listen to it. right? So you want to play a G chord. It's up to you, man, right? If you like it, you can play it. If you don't, if you prefer just playing the E minor, just do it. Do it your own way. The way it feels right for you. The picking hand on that part goes like this. Right? The tricky part is the end, which is down, up, down. Right? Goes like... Right?
Dime la verdad.
All right, so we're now on the second verse, and we're gonna learn how to play the second guitar, which is gonna first sound like this. Right, so you're gonna play this finger right here, and this one right here. You're gonna play both together. Right? All upstrokes, right? Like this. Right? So let's go back right here. Right, so we're going. Then we're going for this position, which is, and then right here. Right, so it's gonna sound like this. And then you're gonna up this finger and you're gonna play the open top E string. Right? And this finger you're gonna keep it right there. Right? So it's gonna sound like this. Right? And this part, the picking hand is up and down. This is all upstrokes. And this is alternate picking. Right, let me show you how I play it. Right, up. Right. So on the next part, we're going to play like this. Right? We're only going to change the position on the B string. And we're only playing the D string, then the G string, and the D string. So it's all open strings at first. Then you put your finger on the B string right here. Then you put your finger right here. Then open B string. Then you finish right here. Right? So it's going to sound like this. Right? For the picking pattern, just remember that it's always B, G, and D. Right? It's that simple. Always the same pattern. B, G, and D. We're just gonna change on the right hand, right? So the picking goes like up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down. Right? So it's up, down. Always up, down, down. If you want to practice just the picking, just do it like this. Right? Up, down, up, down, up, It's gonna sound like this. Right? But on this part, I'll show you. I told you to play it like this, right? Right. So if you're playing with two guitars, one can just do this. Right. But if you're playing by yourself, you want to play it like this. You want to hit a G chord, right? First. Right. So the finger is gonna change a little bit. But it's the same notes as I showed you before. You're just gonna hit with the downstroke all the strings. Right? After that, he plays it again, the same lick. Then he goes for this lick. Which we're gonna play on the G string and the E string. Right? You're gonna slide. Right, on the G string, you slide. Just pick. Gonna show you how to do the picking. Right, you can just do it like this. Right, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right, slide. All right, so then we're playing one more time everything I just showed you, just like this. Then he goes for the E minor, right? And the picking is gonna go like this. Then right, you can put a little more notes like, but when you do this, you want to mute, right? You just put you put your you hold the strings right here, but you don't touch the fretboard. You only touch the strings. And you do it like this, right? So we're going for the guitar one on the chorus, and it goes like this. Right, this part you kind of on the video you showed me, I know you can play it, but on the very end, I think you forgot to play the F major, right? So now I'm gonna go note for note, right? So only on the A string, right? And now you go for the E minor, and the chord you're missing, you want to play F major, right? Just put a bar right here, then here, and here, right? And put a bar, right? So. And it ends up on the C major. Igual. And then just after you go into the verse again, you want to put some tension just with downstrokes like. Right, just igual. Right, you kind of palm mute. I don't know if you know what palm mute is. You put this part of your hand, right? You touch near the bridge on the guitar, and right, it sounds like you're muting the strings, right? But it's gotta be right on top of the bridge, because if you do it like here, it's gonna sound, if you do it on the middle, it's not gonna sound good. You gotta do it right near the bridge, and don't put too much pressure on it. Just slowly touch with your hands, just to change the tone, right? And it just go with downstrokes, like just like you were a drummer, right? To build some tension into the song. Right, so on the second guitar is more about the groove on the chorus, right? So you go, right, you play the C major, right, you do this. Right? It's more about the groove. I'll show you how to play the groove. So, right? When you do this, is up, down, up, and you're muting the strings, right? You're not playing the C major. You're just muting the strings like this, right? You just put your fingers, and this is how you're gonna go. You just keep it right there, right? So you can play the C major. Right, so then we have this part. It goes like this. which is the solo, right? You start right here, only on the B string. And on the end, you put a lot of vibrato, right? You just shake it. Shake the note, man. Make it scream. Right? Up and down, up and down. Make it scream. Right? So. Right? Right? Goes. Then you're gonna play, right? Which is gonna be the G string and the E string right here, right? Right? Right, so the string notes, this one, and this one. This finger, the middle finger, you're gonna keep it right here, and you're gonna play it like. Right? You can play with your pinky if you want it, right? If you feel better than playing with your ring finger. Igual. On the second time around, he doesn't do it like. He doesn't go back for this note. He just goes and holds it, right? So the notes are the same, but he just stops in the middle of the path, right? So all together, we're gonna go like this. Igual. And then it goes for the chorus again, right? The picking on this part is just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Always down, up. Right? So then this part is the rhythm guitar for the solo, which is the same as the verse, right? So you have this. But I'm going to show you some new chords. You can play your G chord like this. And you put this finger right here and this one right here. which I believe you already know how to play this chord, right? Everybody knows how to play this G chord, right? So. Right? So this is an embellishment on the D chord, which you're gonna put this finger right here. Right? So you put your pinky right here. Right? So it's the D major then, which is the only embellishment I can, the only thing to add for this very last part for the guitar. And once the solo is kind of over, the main part of the solo, he just keeps playing E minor, then C major, and G major. He just keeps repeating that. Until the very end. So a side note right here, on the few last parts, he doesn't play the G chord, the D chord. He only plays E minor, C major, and G major until the very end, right? So now I'm going to show you how to play the solo. Alright, so we're finally on the solo. We're just gonna start like this. Right? Right, so it's gonna play on the G string, then you're gonna slide. And you're gonna put your finger on the B string. Right here. So it's gonna go. Right? Then you're gonna slide back, just like this, right? Then open string, then, right? So right from the beginning, it's gonna go like this. Right? You can just, right, is G string, open G string, then G string again. Right, so we're gonna move to the second part. So first we have, then we have, right? So the second part starts the same as the first one, right? It's, then slide. Then you play the open G string, and then you finish on the D string, right? So the second part goes like this, right? All right, so far we have, oops, so far we have, so this riff goes like this on the D string. Open D string and hammer on. Then you play the G string. Right? Open D string, hammer on, G string. Open D string, hammer on, G string. You do it 4 times in a row. Right? So it's going to sound like this from the beginning. Then you're going to play this riff. It's going to be the same as the beginning. It's going to change a little bit in the end, right? So it's then G string, open G string, then G string, right? Open G string, then open G string again, then the D string. Right? So all together. From the beginning we have right? Then we have this riff. Which we're going to play on the A string and the big E string. Right? It starts with the open A. Then we go for the E string. Right from the beginning. Then the very end of the solo. And it starts all over again, right? It's go like this. And it goes all over again. So you're gonna play the G string and you're gonna bend it. And you wanna use, the string on these 2 fingers to help you bend the string, right? It's gonna be a full bend, right? You're gonna bend it. And then you're gonna play with your pinky on the B string right here. Right? So it's bend. Right? Then on the G string. Right? Bend it. So all together. Right? This last part is only on the G string. You can bend it up or you can bend it down. It's up to you. Right? So this last part. And then it goes all over again. Now I'm going to play the whole solo for you and link, because the second time around it's the same as the first time around, but you gotta have the tempo between linking the first part and the second part. So it's gonna go like this. The very end is just bending the G string and playing the B string. Then he goes for that riff. And then when he goes to the G, you want to play this little lick, which is on the G string and the E string. Then you play this shape, and you just move one fret up. And then he just bent this right here. And it just goes all over again. And that's it. Any questions you might have, just send me a messenger through Fiverr, and I'll be glad to answer to you if you think that some things are not clear enough for you. All right? See ya.